G'day, g'day, g'day. I was just thinking a short time ago that, do you guys remember when I used to do the videos where I'd come on to some music and things like that? Maybe I need to start that up again, although I always get told off by YouTube when I pop some sort of music on my videos. Ladies and gents, happy Monday. How are you? Please, please, please do in the chat box, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, please do pop down where on earth you are from around the world. Please let me know that you can hear me okay. Please share this video with anybody who might want to hear a little bit of insights from Miss Davis on this beautiful Monday afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Hey, how are you guys? It's been wild, right? So let's start by asking who's been watching the videos that I've been putting out around the full moon and the July energy updates. Anybody feeling like that resonates slightly? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm on earth either at the moment right now, sweetheart. Hi, Sabrina. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. I appreciate your love and appreciation. You're in sunny Hampshire. Good. I'm pleased about that. Rainy New Jersey. Wow, that's not cool. I'm going to send you some sunshine from over this part of the world. Arizona, beautiful. Kent Coast. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It is absolutely stunning in the UK. It has been, although news hot off the press, there is a tornado warning in Manchester. So, you know, ladies and gents, you've clearly had enough time now. You've clearly had enough sunshine and all the rest of it. So how are we going? Is everybody hot and bothered? Everybody moans in England. It's so hot here. They moan it's too cold, then they moan it's too hot. And we love talking about the weather. Us Brits love talking about the weather. So first things first, let's clear up a few things. First and foremost, my Zoom issue continues, ladies and gents. I am sorry to say I cannot do any recorded meetings on my own account still at the moment. We have been able to pinpoint the date, the exact date where the issue occurred. And we are now pinpointing why videos started recording on the 29th of May. I am still waiting for an update from Zoom themselves on that. Although I must say, it's getting very close to the point whereby I am going to be, actually just talking very openly about what has been going on, because it might actually get it resolved a little bit quicker. This has been going on nearly 2 weeks now. It will be 2 weeks on Wednesday when I first heard about it. So it's not cool, especially with such a big organisation like June. Now, I know a number of you are in the comments talking about my videos on Instagram. It's fair to say that I am back, ladies and gents. I haven't really been back present on Facebook of yet. Does that even make sense? But I'm going to be. Tomorrow, I am going to be in Self Love Club with Lucy Davis, doing a really beautiful, vulnerable share about what has been going on, where I have been, what I have been doing. So if you are not in that group, check out the description field on this video afterwards, and you will be able to find your way into either Self Love Club on Instagram, not on Instagram, on Telegram or on Facebook. So I know some of you don't like Facebook. Now, ladies and gents, I need a massive favor from you, please. YouTube have been stopping some of my videos being seen because of one reason and another. Please, can you make sure that you hit the thumbs up on this video if you are on YouTube? If you're on Faceache, as I like to call it, smash the love heart, send me some love, because I just need that love right now. Or give me a little thumbs up or pop a comment on there and I will come back and look at it later. I'm just going to close the other window down on YouTube so that I don't get any issues here. I don't want any feedback to be coming through. So please do remember to hit that thumbs up. It really helps my reach, guys. A lot of people don't realize when they watch a video, if they don't like it or if they don't pop a comment on it, YouTube say, oh, people are watching it, but nobody's really interested in it. Nobody really wants to hear the amount of information that's in the video. So I really rely on you guys ticking the thumbs up. And also, if you're somebody who's brand new to my channel, please go and hit the subscribe button. I don't know if it's that way or that way when the video gets saved, but please do go and hit the subscribe button. I pop some really quite feisty content out, whether that's on my Instagram or on here on YouTube. I am very passionate about what I'm here to do. And, you know, things like whatever happens in my life, I very much trust that I'm here to learn the lessons and to share the output from you guys, you know, to you guys, so that then you can obviously use the information. So there's been two extremely powerful Instagram lives that I've done recently. By all accounts, one that I did this morning has been very, very beautifully received. And one I did a few days ago also has been beautifully received. Again, if you want to follow me on Instagram, just go to the description and you will be able to find it all there. There is nothing wrong with being a wild child, my love. I'm sure my mum would sit there and say to you that I'm a wild child, but in all reality, I think I'm just having a great time. You know, like I genuinely think I'm just having a great time. Another bit of feedback that I've had, ladies and gents, literally, I was having a conversation perhaps an hour ago on WhatsApp. And so I'm in a group on WhatsApp that I don't go into very, very often. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But today there was some stuff and then somebody tagged me and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go in and have a little look in there. And there was a number of people in this group that were basically saying that the information that I've been putting out in my videos, the new moon video, the full moon video, I'm just going to pull that down a little bit. The full moon video, plus the, hang on, let me just do that real quick. Yeah. So the full moon video and also the July energy updates. So many people have messaged me saying, oh my God, you are talking to me. Now, as you guys know, I just open up the vessel and I channel the information, but I have to say, I've even been blowing myself away of recent. The number of people that have reached out to me and they're like, Lucy, like, how do you know I'm going through a legal battle right now? Whether it's with their work, whether it's with a union, whether it's with a divorce or whatever is taking place. There are so many people right now who are going through this. Now, I just wanted to touch on this here before we start talking about this beautiful manifestation window that is open currently. The reason this is happening is because we must get into a place whereby we are putting boundaries in place. And a lot of us, you know, we do put boundaries in place, but then they get trampled on. So then what we need to end up doing is learning a lesson by engaging a lawyer or by engaging a policeman or by engaging something, you know, to absolutely help us put a boundary in place. So please do not be surprised if you're going through something like that at the moment. My best advice for you right now is to just document everything and track absolutely everything. You know, even things that you probably don't even realize are a big deal, just track everything. That's my recommendation. Why is this taking place? Because at some point in your life, you allowed your boundaries to slip. At some point in your life, you shut your mouth down and you haven't spoken up and you haven't put your version of events out there. Now, there's no point going back to the old one. You need to be doing it in this current situation that you're in. So my recommendation is exactly what I said. Why do you think I journal, ladies and gents? I track everything. I have dates on everything for this reason. You know, not saying that I've got loads of legal battles on the go, although I will have soon with Zoom. You know, like, because I do see that happening in that way, you know, and there you go, a little manifestation I've just created. So please, please, please just recognize whatever is going on with you right now. It is happening in divine alignment. It's for you to get your healing. It's for you to uprise. And although when we're going through this stuff, like I know somebody watching this video now was like, oh my God, I've lost my job. Oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, what do you want to do? And then all of a sudden they get a part-time job sorted. You know, this is what we're needing to do. We're needing to recognize that actually by being brave and letting go of something that we've been with maybe for a little while, that actually that's when the gold starts to come through. That's when we really start to get our healing. That's when we really do start to see ourselves stepping forwards. That said, at the moment we're going through it, it's hell. It's not a nice journey to go through. You know, you guys know with everything that's been going on with my health and then the relationship and then the baby. And, you know, like I feel like I've been dancing with the devil for the last few months. But you know what? Like now I can see the gold in that situation. Now I am looking at it from a totally, totally different perspective and I'm gaining strength every day. You know, somebody on my video this morning was like, there is no way you are 44, Lucy. And I'm like, I don't feel like it. I feel like I'm going backwards. Like I am almost back in the best shape of my life. You know, like that is gold. That is something that's happened very quickly. That's something that I've been able to get myself back into alignment. So, you know, you need to recognize this in yourself. You need to be recognizing, like, what is it that is important to me? Not I'm going to sit back here and dwell on the relationship, or dwell on the house, or dwell on the job, or dwell on the whatever it is that is going over there. I totally agree with you, Jackie Bain. I totally agree with you. Honestly, it's like I'm waltzing. No matter where we are going to lose whatever is not aligned to us. I don't care if you're madly in love with your husband. If he is not aligned with you, trust me, he's going to get removed from your life. And I don't mean to say that being nasty or flippantly. It's the truth. We are all being aligned to what is going to serve us going forwards. You know, literally, that is what's taking place right now. We have to recognize that no matter what is taking place right now, it's happening for our greatest good. It's happening because we have needed to learn surrender. So Zoe has put, we have no home, having to pay over the odds and stay in Airbnbs. At some point, you have called in this this experience of having to surrender and let go and think, oh my God. And as soon as you recognize that maybe this is where you should be right now, and maybe this is the way that life should be treating you right now, maybe then your dream home will become available, or whatever it is. I don't know your circumstances. I think I know your circumstances, but I'm not 100% certain. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. Ladies and gents, we have had Solstice 5 days ago. Now, Solstice, as you guys know, is a massively powerful energy. Spoke about it in the June update. I've spoken about it again in the July update. I've also, I think, spoken about it in the full moon. Now, today, I want to talk to you about the solstice. There is a lot of energy harvesting that takes place. So as much as there's lots of people in Glastonbury dancing and singing it in and, you know, bringing it in and really enjoying themselves, there are people that are siphoning the energy. So as much as you're creating it, there's people siphoning it. So when solstice is around, we absolutely see lots of shifts taking place. Now, what happens when people want to use the energies and utilize the energies of solstice is, remember, we have a set of universal laws which have to be adhered to. So if you are somebody who is doing something which is, say, from a space of manipulation, what you have to do is you have to let the person know that you're doing that without telling them, hey, I'm manipulating you. You have to let them know. So let's say this is a hypothetical scenario, just so you know, just throwing it out there. Hypothetical situation. There is somebody out there that is doing work that perhaps isn't quite of the light. So they are doing what they're doing, and then behind closed doors, they're doing what they're doing. And then all of a sudden, they drop some information out that basically tells people without telling people. So it alludes to it. That means within the universal law, because the person has been honest and has shared the information, actually they can get away with it. This is the fucked upness, if that is even a word, and sorry to swear so early. I hope you don't have children listening. This is what is so messed up about the world that we live in. We have these universal laws whereby everybody has to adhere to them. Now, I'm going to say something which is a little bit triggering probably, and I'm hoping that YouTube don't ban me for this. But basically, and please watch your comments when I'm talking about this on Facebook and YouTube, because. So basically, there are places around the world where the acts of terrorism have been put out there in plain sight for all people to see. I hope I'm like catching my words and speaking as loosely as I possibly can. So there are signs, there are physical things that show you what is going on. In fact, I've got a great example. So in October 2022, I was at Edinburgh Castle, and at Edinburgh Castle, there is an extremely, extremely triggering statue of a young boy facing male genitalia. Now, as we know, there are some pretty nefarious things that take place. Again, please watch the language, guys. I get this is triggering, but I just want to use an example so you get what I'm talking about. This is in plain sight. Do you know how many people, when I pointed it out to the person that I was with back in October 2022, bearing in mind they hadn't seen it, The other people in the area that then saw it because I was pointing it out, they were mortified, but nobody had seen it. Why? Because it's in plain sight, but it's just out of sight. So people don't quite know. They don't quite connect the dots. So this is universal law, ladies and gents. Okay, so the law is we must do no harm, we must not harm another person, yada, 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 all of those beautiful things like that. However, what they're basically doing is showing, so because we're going, okay, that's fine, we're basically saying that that behavior is accepted. Is this making sense? Can you smash the thumbs up for me, or the love heart, or the like, or whatever, whichever platform you're on? Comment in the chat box. Is this making sense? I don't really want to go into too much detail in this because, like I say, it will probably get me banned. And I don't really need that right now. But is this making sense? This is how the universal laws work. Thank you, because, you know, I wasn't actually expecting talking about this, but here I go. This is just the way that I work, as you guys know. Okay, cool. Thank you. So we have to be shown everything. Yeah, I'm not asking for it to make common sense. I'm asking it to make sense to you guys that are watching this. It will never make common sense. Never, ever, ever make common sense because it's just weird. So there are people out there doing the same things. There are people out there that are telling you that they are manipulating your energy. There are people out there telling you that they are commanding your energy. There are people out there that are doing these things and they are letting you know. Which is why, ladies and gents, we need to be tapping in and using our feelings rather than our thinking, because we know when somebody is lying to us. We know when it feels loving. We know when it feels authentic. Okay? So we need to say, no, we're not doing this. No, we don't agree to this. And of course, that is what the last three years have been about. You know, since March 2020, when we got locked down, that's what the last 3 years have been about. Why do you think there's been so many protests? Why were there so many people speaking up? Why do you think, you know, because the blinkers are starting to come off of some people, but not everybody is willing to see it. Now, my view is solstice is used for really beautiful reasons, but it's also used for nefarious reasons. Okay, so we need to recognize there is a light and there is a dark. In every situation, there is light, there is dark. Okay, good. I'm glad. So people, you've all got your own examples and your scenarios that you're getting. So well done, guys. I'm really, really pleased that this is resonating with you. It's making sense to you, even though it'll never make sense. Like, make it make sense. I actually emailed somebody today and I'm like, please make this make sense. I cannot get my head around it. Please make this make sense, because it just doesn't make sense. People's behaviors are so erratic at the moment. But on the flip side of that, exactly as I've said in the July energy update and exactly as I've said in the full moon energy update, people are showing themselves. The masks are officially off. It's just whether you guys are willing to see it. And there are many people that follow me, no doubt. You are not prepared to see it, even though you think you are. There are many people around the world that are not prepared to see it. And I'm not just talking about the nefarious stuff. I'm talking about literally anybody around the world, ladies and gents. Okay? It's up to us. So what can we do about this, ladies and gents? Because we've just had a very powerful summer solstice. We're now on day 5. The window of the solstice period ends at the end of day today. Tomorrow, we're not in that window anymore. So what I was told by my beautiful sidekick, Kevin, earlier today, who is an absolute babe. If you don't follow him, go and follow him on Instagram. I will pop his details in the chat box. He's absolutely amazing. So he called me up this morning and he was like, Lucy, we're in a really powerful manifestation window. And I went, oh, funny you should say that, because obviously I've been doing a lot of work over the last week. And I'm like, yeah, it's coming in just like this. And he said, no. Today is the day. Today is the most powerful day in the calendar for manifestation. And I was like, pulled up my chair and I'm like, okay, let's hear about this. Because this is a very, very, very important piece of the puzzle. Now, if today is the most powerful manifestation day, hands up in the chat, how many of you have had somebody, I'm going to use the word demonic, but I don't mean that. I mean, how many people have challenged you today? How many people have tried to push your buttons today? How many people have tried to push you off your perch today, or tell you you're not good enough, or something like that? How many people have had that today? Because I have. I've had people challenging me today. I have it a lot of days, but today I've had people challenging me particularly, and, you know, basically trying to challenge my sanity, for want of better words. So that's me, right? And I'm having this. So I'm noticing in the chat, people are saying yes, people are saying I have, people are saying 2, So there's people that have been getting it. Obviously, Dawn's got none, good for you. However, there are people, you need to leave the house, Lynette. Basically, there are people that are trying to challenge you today. Why is this? Because you are capable of great things. You are capable of manifesting that dream life that you are looking for. Now, why do you think on the most powerful day of the year is there so many people trying to ruffle your feathers, whether that be on the road, whether that be in the gym, whether that be on an email, whether that be one of your followers or one of your friends or your partner or your parent or whatever? There are people trying to ruffle your feathers today because they want you to create more of that. They are scared of you. This is how the dark energy is working right now. So they are creating situations and scenarios whereby you go, I need to fight, I need to speak up, I need to do this, rather than being like, I am in love, I am in peace, I am going to go and sit and connect with Mother Nature, I am going to create the business the way that I choose it to be. This is why today is a very important day. We are in the final day, slipping out. You would have noticed over the last 5 days, there will be people that you know and love that would have been telling you truths without telling you truths. Honestly. So my question to each of you, beautiful, beautiful babes that are watching this now, is what is it that you want to manifest? What is it that you are looking for? How do you want life to be going forwards? Now, I don't care if you're talking about this from an individual perspective or from a global perspective. For me personally, I am so ready to stop this nonsense. Like literally, stop the nonsense. Let's just filter out anybody and anyone that wants to create the nonsense, and let's move forward. You've hit the nail on the head, Angela. No drama. So let's turn that into a positive. Peace, harmony, connection, serenity, wealth, health, love, health, all of these things. All of you are now speaking and you're all saying, right, this is what I'm looking for. The thing that I'm looking for more than anything is happiness, whatever that perceives to be, like literally, whatever that perceives to be to the individual. I choose happiness for everybody and abundance. I choose abundance in peace, wealth, health, love, connection. We have all been divided so significantly over the last 3 years that we are still trying to figure out who we can trust and who we cannot trust. We've gone through the whole political thing. We've gone through the whole, Hollywood thing and all the rest of it. Now we're on our own doorsteps and we're having a look. We're having a look at the reality of the people that we're hanging around with. We're having a look at the reality of the people that we speak to on a day-to-day basis. We're having the reality check in regards to our career and our choices. I'm glad you guys are accepting the ones that I'm putting out there. Like, this is what I'm manifesting for us. Like, literally, I've got quite a busy night tonight with calls, but trust me, by the end of the day, I am going to be doing a massive manifestation meditation on behalf of the world. Like, some people like drama. You know what? If people like drama, the best thing you can do is step away from them. Because when people are in a perpetual cycle of drama, they like to keep creating, and chances are they'll blame you for it. But it is a perpetual situation that they're in, and they just don't know how to be calm. They just don't know how to be peaceful. It's almost like their nervous system can't cope with the peace. So my recommendation for each and every one of you, when you get off of this video, obviously, first and foremost, hit the thumbs up button, because otherwise Lizzie will be after you all. The second one is start talking about what it is that you are looking for. My personal choice would be to, I was going to show you this, but that's That's not my journal. That's really not my journal. This is my journal. So basically, what I would recommend that you do, you put everything into your journal first and foremost. First and foremost, write it down. What do you see? What do you feel? How do you want this to behave? How do you want it to show up in your life? Okay, this is the most important piece, writing it down. For me personally, as soon as I write it down, boom, it comes in. Okay. So first of all, you need to know who you are to ask what you want. Now, please don't use loose words like I just did, abundance. I'm going to bring in abundance of health, wealth, love, peace, da, 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 da. What does abundance look like to you? Now, if we're talking about financial abundance, do you want an extra £100 a month or $100 a month? Do you want an extra $1,000 a month? Do you want an extra $10,000 a month? Like, you need to be extremely, extremely honest and forthright with what it is that you're looking for, because otherwise what's going to happen, ladies and gents, is you are going to be asking for abundance and you're going to get a dollar on the floor, or you're going to find a penny back in the UK and you're going to be like, oh wow, see a penny, pick it up, and all day long we'll have good luck. Yes, maybe the abundance is going to come in, and then what's going to happen is that is your abundance. So you grab your journal, you write in there what it is. Now, I get that you want to live in the present moment. I get that. However, there is nothing wrong with creating your future, because if you don't start creating your future, then your manifestation, basically, we're all creating our future reality based on what we're doing right now. So let's say, for example, I'm going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for that gorgeous man to come and knock on my door and ride in on his white stallion and sweep me off my feet. I'm going to be waiting for a long time, because my future reality is I'm just going to sit here and wait for my man on his white stallion to come in and pick me up. Instead, I should be saying, right, this is the qualities that I would love in my future prince who's going to ride in. I'm just being over the top here, by the way, guys, who's going to ride in on his white stallion and sweep me off my feet. Here are the qualities that I want. This is the kind of things that I am looking to do with that person. I want to go hiking. I want to have joint exercise, those kind of things. Because do remember, you will be sent the gorgeous man on the white stallion, but he might be lazy, or he might be whatever. So as much as I agree with living in the present moment and riding a BMX, exactly, he might come in riding on a BMX. That's not going to help me when I want a man on a white stallion. I like the way that you play with me. I really do. So it's very important that the way that we create our future reality is based on us giving guidance. I was going to say drive, but that wouldn't make sense. Giving guidance to Gaia, giving guidance to God, because God truly believes that we've got everything that we want, right? Inside of us. And I truly believe that too. However, I haven't met anybody who is, able to have all of the intricacies of a relationship, for example, on their own. Yes, you can take yourself out on dates. Yes, you can take yourself to the cinema or out for dinner or whatever, but it's that connection, it's that communication. Yes, you can speak to yourself beautifully. Yes, you can connect with yourself beautifully. But if you are somebody that's like, you know what, I'm open to a relationship, you need to be clear with what that relationship looks like. Otherwise, you are going to get a relationship that is not the one that's going to serve you. And I'm just using relationships as it's an easy example, but you could put this into money context, into food context, into health context, whatever. Okay, so we need to be very clear as to what it is that we are looking for and what it is that we are asking for, because otherwise we are going to get what God thinks. Now, I filmed a little reel the other day. I haven't put it out yet, so you're going to get heads up. So I filmed a little reel the other day, which was basically around what you do in the morning. Like, whatever you choose in the morning is what you're going to get. And this is exactly the same when I talk about this manifestation window that we're in. Unless you tell the world and tell yourself what it is that you would like and what it is that you would deserve and what it is that your heart desires, you're going to get whatever them out there, your partner, your mother, your father, your kids, your teachers or whatever, you're going to get what they want. Or you're going to get the mood of whatever people are around you. So let's say, for example, you're in an angry group of, oh, we want the truth and we want this and we want that. Chances are you're going to get more angry to come in. You know, okay, so Jay, what I would be doing, so Jay in the chat here has put, I want the taxman and government to stop robbing us and misspending our money. So what I would be saying is, I am manifesting the return of all the taxes to people that have had to pay over the years and the redistribution of wealth to be shared fairly amongst me and my fellow citizens. That's what I would be saying. Because we don't want to call in more tax, we don't want to call in more governments, and we do not want to call in any more robbing, and we don't want to call in any more misspending. So see how it's very important to use the right language, okay? Put it in a space of abundance. We have been conditioned to live in a space of lack, which is why we all use really, really rubbish words. You know, we use rubbish words, which is why when we then get those rubbish words that we use coming back to us, we're like, what? How did this happen? When in reality, we're talking it into existence. You know, I spend a whole month on my Self-Love Club membership program talking about language. And literally, it's probably one of the months where everyone goes, oh my good God. Like, because you just don't realize words are spells. We are basically putting spells on ourselves and on our world. You know, so we need to clean our act up. Now, there are a lot of people out there right now, and I was talking about it a little while ago. Jackie, remind me, and if I've got time at the end, I'll come back to the jobs, babe. There was, I've just lost my train of thought. Doesn't matter. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to the jobs as well. So what we need to be doing, guys, is we need to be recognizing that literally everything that we're programming, everything that we're manifesting is actually a reality. How many of you recently have gone, you've made some statement, yeah, I know. So Liv has just put, you're almost scared to speak after that, but it's extremely important that we do. Yeah, it's really important that we do recognize it. How many of you recently have gone, I knew that was going to happen. I knew my tire was going to go flat. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. And it's all because we have created the thought, or we have spoken the word that it has to come into us. I knew my partner was cheating on me. I knew my partner was cheating on me. And you have told someone, I'm sure he's cheating on me. I'm certain when he goes radio silent for a few days, I'm certain he's cheating on me. So what have you done? You've created it. So of course, the universe doesn't want to let you down. Yeah? The universe wants to serve you. You cannot help it if this person is a horrible person and wants to do that. You can't help that. What you can do is up your spiritual hygiene and be very conscious and aware and have boundaries and take action on what it is that you're feeling. Have good conversations, because let's remember, a lot of people have a lot of trauma, so they assume these things. I don't know of any books like that. I am going to write a book like that, because the amount of people that ask me week on week about the language, I've actually got a lot of stuff that is in my Self-Love Club membership program. So we could probably put an ebook together pretty quickly. She says, I'm still doing the bloody recipes for the recipe book. But if you guys email support@lucydavis.com, maybe it's something that I will be able to put together relatively quickly with one of my team. So, but I will forget by the time I get off of here. So if this is something that you want, maybe we can create an ebook for you. I think it could be quite a powerful little book that might be able to help. Those of you on Self-Love Club membership, trust me, you're going to get so much given to you during that program. So don't worry. So what we need to be doing right now is we need to be setting the tone that what we would like. Okay, what it is that we would like. So let's talk about health, because a few of you have mentioned health. Rather than talking about relationships, we'll talk about health. So let's say, for example, you've got some health issue, you've got some dis-ease going on in your body. First and foremost, the question that you need to be asking yourself is, am I ready to release the story that is making me sick? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Some people are so attached to their sickness and their disease that it's very difficult to let it go. So the first question is, am I prepared to be honest enough with myself to release this sickness, this disease from my life? Release this story, as I like to call it. Now, I know I trigger people all around the world when I talk about health being a set of stories, because genetics, because, you know, I had it from birth and all the rest of it. I have I have to stand in my truth and say, I believe that everything, whether you are born with it, whether it is perceived to be genetic or whether it's something that's hit you later on in life, I truly believe that it is energetic, and I truly believe that it is emotional trauma that has been stored in your physical body, whether this lifetime, a previous lifetime, or in your parents. Okay, again, I know, all of it. All of it. Doesn't matter if it's your head, your hair, your spine, your boobs, like whatever. I believe that absolutely everything. Lucy, are cheating and heart problems? Yes. So any heart problems that you've got, are they connected? Yes, absolutely. Right, I'm going to go off on a bloody tangent here, aren't I? You're going to have to bring me back into manifestation because I'll forget what I'm talking about with this. So what you have to remember, ladies and gents, is wherever you have experienced pain, you are going to get disease in your body. Now, on this note, I am doing a healing hangs that is focusing on the heart on the 13th of July. If you have any heart issues or anything that has related to the heart, you've been cheated on, you've had your heart broken, you've broken your own heart. Come on, we've all done that. You've had like strokes, you've had heart attacks, you've had stents, you've had any of that stuff, all of it is very much linked to emotional trauma. Likewise, the spine is linked to emotional trauma. It's not heart related, obviously, Teresa, just to be very, very clear with that. But every single thing is to do with the emotional trauma. Okay, so of course, if you've experienced heartbreak, of course, if you've experienced cheating, of course, if you've experienced letdown or whatever, it's going to impact your heart. What happens, and I've told a very good story about this once upon a time, so I'm not going to tell the full story because I haven't got his permission. I did have the permission before, but let's say, for example, you have a heart attack. What that notoriously means is that you've built up a brick wall around your heart to the point that it's got suffocated and it's gone, right, the only way we're going to get this bad boy or this bad girl to get back in touch with their heart is by stopping it. Boom, heart attack. It gets blamed for bad food, all of these other things, which of course can lead to a heart attack. But more often than not, it is related to the emotional trauma of being hurt, being left, being abandoned, being isolated. These things are what creates issues in the heart, and it is the way that you process your emotional trauma as to where it sits. So, for example, Melanie here has put losing granddad. Losing granddad to some people might be heartbreak. Losing granddad to me was anger. I had anger, and that stored up in my gut. So this is about the way that you process. I processed my emotional trauma from losing my granddad as anger. Why did he have to go? How dare he go? He was my rock. He was my, he was like my dad for 7 years because me and my dad didn't speak for those 7 years. Like, I've lost my world. I've lost my masculine. I've lost the energy that guided me that I could go and talk to. I've lost my sounding board. That's why I was angry. Is this making sense, guys? Please let me know on both platforms if this is making sense. I don't think the comments are coming through from Facebook, but whatever. I'm just throwing it out there. Holding on to weight can be stored trauma. Like, literally anything can be stored trauma. So we need to be really recognizing this when we are talking about this and we're holding on to our stories and, wow, I've got to do this, and wow, I've got to do that, and oh, I've got this happening, and oh, I've got that happening. Recognize you are manifesting more of that into your life. So for me today, I would say I am healthy, I am well, I am loving, I am capable of living as a healthy human being. That's what I would be saying today. I am deciding that from this day forwards, I am going to choose health. I am going to choose the acknowledgement of why I am holding on to this trauma. And from here on in, it is no longer my story. This is no longer my story. This is no longer my circus. It's no longer my monkeys. I am not playing this game anymore. I am going to own the fact that I am a divine being of light and that I can release all of this trauma from me, and I am going to choose well-being. Guys, for so many years, up until the age of 35, I literally just made a decision that I was going to sit in this perpetual cycle of, oh, poor me. But I didn't realize I was in that perpetual cycle. It would be, I've got to go to the doctors for a scan, got to go for the doctors for an endoscopy, got to go to the doctors for what they called hysteroscopy. You know, it was always my womb or my gut that would be having issues. Yes, I had issues with the skin because of hormones, things like that. But predominantly, I would be in the doctors getting omeprazole, other things for my gut, having endoscopies, colonoscopies. I'm doing it the ways that they go, gross. You know, I've had barium meals. I've had all of this stuff because of the issues with my gut. Do you know what solved those gut issues, ladies and gents? None of it. They couldn't find anything. I had IBS. They thought I had Crohn's. They thought I had colitis. Do you know what? None of it cleared anything. None of the medication, nothing. What happened is I went, you know what, Lucy Davis, I'm freaking tired of this shit. I'm not doing this anymore. And I got all of my trauma in a journal. I wrote it down. Some of you have read the book. Some of you have read the book. The books are over there, which is why I'm pointing in that direction. My book, From Head to Heart, the first book that I've ever put out, that is literally me showing you how traumatized I was. And in the chat box, if you've read the book, please acknowledge this. Like, my trauma was absolutely like just like there. I didn't realize. I thought I dealt with it. I thought I'm just doing it. I'm going to the doctor, I'm getting it sorted, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I didn't realize I was running a story. I didn't realize. I thought it was just the done thing. Yeah, I'm just getting it done. I'm just going about my business. I'm just getting it done. And then when I physically burnt out and I was being stalked by somebody and I had to run away, because that's my pattern, run away. At that point, you've definitely read the book. That comment, Angela, is hilarious. You've definitely read the book. So at that point, I went, I've just kept on keeping on. I've just kept on putting a brave face on it. And it was at that point I realized I was actually killing myself. I thought I'd coped with my parents' divorce. I thought I'd coped with my 8-year-old story of whereby my dad told me he cheated. I thought I'd dealt with my sister's drug addiction. I thought that I'd dealt with everything else that had been going on in my life, but I had not dealt with any of it. What I had done is very conveniently gone, I'm all right, I've processed it. That happened 10 years ago. Sweep it under the carpet. It's only when we get to this point whereby we recognize that we are creating a drama in our own life that we realize it's everything that we are sitting and manifesting on daily. So ladies and gents, if you want to get rid of your stomach fat today, you make yourself the decision that you are going to get all of the anger out of your body today. You're going to get your journal, you're going to write it out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to replace that anger with love. And you are going to tell your body that you are freaking amazing. You are going to get off your tush and you are going to get out there and you are going to walk and you are going to exercise and you are going to do the sit-ups and you're going to do whatever it takes to get that moving, that stomach fat. Likewise, if you have got womb issues, you go there and you forgive yourself for the promiscuous behavior or the person that cheated on you or the fact that your dad cheated on your mum or whatever your freaking story is that is manifesting that trauma within the womb. Ladies and gents, I cannot say to you, today is the most powerful day for manifestation. Get off your tush, get it all out of you. Decide that today is the day that you are going to be going forwards. I have decided that today, like literally, I made a decision just before this live and my eyes were going boss-eyed before I came on this live. And I'm really glad that I've been able to do this live today and actually take a little break, although I'm still in front of my computer, take a break from what I was doing because my eyes were just becoming a little bit bamboozled. And I kept saying to myself, Lucy, what are you not prepared to see? Lucy, what are you not prepared to see? Because my eyes were literally going a little bit bamboozled. I do this with everything. I was with a friend maybe last week and I walked into this shop and I knocked my right knee onto a chair And instantly I went, oh, for God's sake, what man is stopping me from stepping forwards with my life? And she went, oh my God, you literally do it, because I spoke it outward. I was like, why am I letting this man stop me from stepping forwards? Like, not anymore. And that's why I had to hit my knee. I hit my knee to get the memo that, Lucy, you've got trauma creating in your body. Now, I live my life by this, ladies and gents. I'm glad you think I'm on fire. I hope you're all hitting the thumbs up button if I'm on fire. I live my life by this. I don't pretend. I don't sit here and say to you guys, you need to do this, but me behind closed doors, I'm not doing it. My friend was absolutely shocked. She was totally shocked. She was like, oh my God, you literally do walk your talk. And I literally just gently knocked my knee. But that's enough for me, because I've got the memos. I've gone there. I've done the deep work. Watching it on Facebook that you're not seeing the other people's comments. They're all they're commenting on YouTube, which is why I do it on both platforms. YouTube is just a little bit easier to do this for some reason, but I also know that people like to see it on Facebook. So that's why I share it to both platforms. Now, it's very, very, very important. It's very important. Yeah, I know. Stop wasting your time with exercise. Sometimes it's writing. Sometimes it's speaking. Sometimes it's, it's just getting it out of your cells. So we need to be making sure that we are just removing this stuff from our cells so that we can move forwards. Now, like I say, just before this, I was like, bamboozled my eyes, and it was because I'm dealing with something extremely, extremely important to me right now. I am having to do things and say things and prove things that I should never have had to do, but I'm having to do it right now. So my eyes are just like, take your time, wait to be able to see the truth. That's what's happening. Now it's very, very impactful. We're all going through stuff right now. We're all going through stuff right now. It's all coming up in it within us for healing. When I've been saying to you guys, like, every single one of us is out there going on our healing journey, you guys have to realize, if you're someone that's like, oh no, I'm healed, I'm good, trust me, at some point you are going to be back on your healing journey. Sometimes we get a little bit of respite. I don't remember the last time I had any respite, but It is what it is. It's the journey that I've chosen. My health is great, besides loads of wine. Prince Charming contacted me after a year, says he's finally divorcing the wife who he cheated, but he won't call and wants to meet, but it's never available to. I feel like Kate Winslet in The Holiday. I just want you to meet him. I just want to meet him, so I know it's also unfair. Well, good luck with that. Like, just be careful what you're manifesting. Like, for me, if I found out that somebody had cheated, like, I'm not sure I would want that personally in my life, but that's just my projection of mine. You do whatever you need to do. I'm just sharing my opinion because you've popped that on there. Like, I get what it's like. Sometimes the things that we are looking for, and sometimes the things that we are manifesting, sometimes the things that we are creating actually are just a lesson that we need to learn. I certainly feel like that. I feel like recently a few of the things that I've manifested in my life have been to teach me a very, very, very serious lesson in not getting attached to certain things. Okay, so I'm just giving my opinion there, Kerry. Please don't take offense by it. I'm just literally throwing it out there. I know people can change. I know people are very, very capable of changing. I used to be extremely promiscuous. Not that I was ever married, but oh, right, okay, sorry, my apologies, my misunderstanding. Right, go there then. Go and get involved. If he's been faithful for all that time, you go get him, go and you treat him nicely, because that is what I'm talking about here. It's so important that you find people that are on your wavelength, that are on your vibration. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about this maybe next week, but I'm going to be talking about this on Conscious Conversations this evening. It's all about vibration right now. It's all about frequency. It is so important that we're recognizing it. And sometimes we do have to put boundaries in place. I feel really bad now. I assumed that the man cheated, and I'm like, Kerry, please be careful, but I apologize. Like, obviously now I know that it was her that cheated, not him. For those of you on YouTube that can't see the comment on Facebook, it's so important that, we have all of the facts before we make decisions. Sometimes everything that we dream of turns up dressed in everything that we want, but actually it's the devil within. So we just need to be very, very, very careful. Kerry, I do apologize to him more than anything. I apologize to him for obviously assuming that. So ladies and gents, let's please start creating. Now, go create yourself. Go create what it is that you want for your life first and foremost. And then let's start really, really looking at what we want to create as a collective, because that's the experience that we're going to be calling in. So, sometimes we have to cut people out of our lives so that we can experience the peace, so that we can experience the healing, so that we can experience the up-leveling connection and communication. This is what is very, very, very important. We need to be recognizing that sometimes, what it is that we think we want is perhaps not what it's all cracked up to be. So feel, what is it you want to feel when you're with this person? What is it you want to feel when you've got your health back? What is it that you want to feel? This is the avenue that we need to be going down right now, ladies and gents. It's so important for us to be recognizing this. Please recognize, like I just said, everything is a vibrational frequency, and everything that we are doing is stepping into that. So the trees have a frequency, a lamp in your house has a frequency, a mirror in your house has a frequency. Absolutely everything in your life has a frequency. I love you so much too, Teresa. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I will come back to the job. So everything that we're doing and everything that we are creating is around vibrational matches. Let's say, for example, I'm going to go to Kerry on Facebook. Let's say, for example, this man literally will not meet you because he's scared. What I need to remind you is his vibrational frequency may not be the same as yours, which is why he will avoid you, which is why he won't come and meet you. So my recommendation to you would be, universe, if he's a vibrational match, please bring him to me. Now, don't force it, because when we force it, we get burnt. Okay, so just recognize that anything that is not going to align for you cannot be next to you or near you. And I'm talking food, I'm talking about people, I'm talking about things, I'm talking about cars, literally everything. I need you guys to recognize this. We have to get into alignment with our own resonance and the knowing of who we are. If we're not getting into alignment with who we are, ladies and gents, then we're going to be having these experiences, as I will call them. You might call it dancing with the devil. So there was more that I was going to say, but I'm just going to come back to the job thing, because I know a couple of you have asked this. So I don't know who's awesome. I think everybody's awesome. Thanks. I don't know who's awesome, but yeah, I think you are awesome too. And a lot of you. So let's just talk about the job thing. So a lot of people out there at the moment are like, oh my God, I want to change my job, but I don't know what I need to be doing. How about this? I had this conversation with somebody just yesterday. What if, playing devil's advocate, what if you are supposed to be where you are right now? What if you were placed there without the knowing of what you need to do next, because you are required where you currently are? What if? So what's really interesting is a lot of people from my old world of investment banking reach out to me and they're like, Lucy, I am done. I want to get out of here. Help me get out of here. I don't know what I want to do. What if you're supposed to be the light in that environment for now? I think Lizzie is a great example of this. As I'm looking, there's 144 people watching. Just throwing it out there, lady. That's a frequency, it's a frequency. Remember that. So let's say you are somebody, whether you're a nurse or whether you are something, whatever, and you're like, I don't belong in this environment anymore. It doesn't resonate with me, but I don't know what else to do. What if you are the beacon of light in that environment? So just answer yourself the question, what if, because you're desperately trying to find what it is that you're supposed to be doing, you're actually being guided away from it? What if you just surrender and you say, you know what, I'm going to kick back and I'm going to observe everything that is taking place here. And I'm going to trust and I'm going to manifest today in this powerful manifestation window that God sends me some signs as to what I'm supposed to be doing in the future. Ladies and gents, then keep your beady eyes open and start paying attention. Let me explain to you. When I left investment banking in 2014 because I burnt out and I went traveling around the world, at no point did I think I'm going to become a nutritionist. At no point did I think I'm going to be stood on stage speaking to thousands of people around the world. At no point did I think I'm going to be on YouTube doing YouTube videos. No freaking way. What happened is I went on my healing journey. And on my healing journey, I found out that food was the first step to save my soul. The first step. So then I became attracted to nutrition. When I was studying for my nutrition degree, and when I was studying to become a health coach, because the nutrition degree, by the way, made absolutely no sense to me. It was utter bullshit, just so you know. Not disrespecting nutritionists, it just didn't align with me and my values. So during this process, I started getting all of these insights and what I now call downloads. Okay, so all of a sudden I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be a health coach? Am I supposed to be a nutritionist? Or am I supposed to be starting to help people? There's a fly flying around. Or am I supposed to be helping people with these weird things that keep popping in my head about them? And then as the time went on, what happened was I started getting these insights and these intuitive guidance, which helped people with their health, which is obviously what I feel like today. As you guys know, if any of you have come to my seminars, I walk around the room, I have a quick chat with somebody, and boom, I can help them change their life in seconds. Did I ever think I would be able to do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It evolves, ladies and gents. And the thing is that we're all expecting to witness and just go, oh, today I woke up and I realized I need to be a spiritual mentor. And it doesn't work like that. Like literally, it doesn't work like that. It is extremely important that you start by saying, who am I? And if you have never done my 7-day breakthrough, my 5-day breakthrough program, go and do it, ladies and gents. It's £7.77. Like, it's so cheap. Go and do that program. It will help you identify who you are in 5 days. Until we know who we are, how on earth can we create what we want? And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gents, the person that I thought I was back in 2014, my apologies, I was a director of an investment bank. I was a gym bunny. I wasn't at all compared to what I am now, but I thought I was a gym bunny. I was a good time girl. I was a sister. I was a daughter. I was a girlfriend. I was a badass on the trading floor. These were all the labels I'd put on myself. At no point did I think, hey, I can heal my own body. Hey, food might be the medicine for my soul. Hey, I can activate people's souls all around the world. Hey, I can help people on their path. At no point did I think that. None of that. It was nonsense to me. I didn't even believe any of that. I knew I was intuitive, but I kept shutting it down. So this is what we need to be deciphering right now is, who are you at your essence? Not poor me, I've been married for 20 years, or poor me, I lost myself because I had kids. It's recognizing, shit, I am poor me because I had kids. You know, think about the people out there that would love to have children that can't have kids. Is that really a poor me, or is that just an excuse that you're using? And this is where we are. This is where we are. We can only manifest based on what we're feeling in ourselves. We manifest disease and sickness because of what we feel about ourselves and the way that we project about our living circumstances and all the rest of it. Ladies and gents, like, this is a big memo that we need to be getting. This isn't about finger pointing at the governments or anything like that. This is about looking at yourself really hard in the mirror and saying, I'm not the person that I want to be. I'm not the person I want to be. So what do I need to do about it? It's so important that we recognize what fires our souls up. Now, like I say, I started with food and exercise. You might have started with meditation. You might have started with breath work. You might have started with any of these other things. You might have found your way to CBD oil, something like that. £7.77 this program is, Kerry. Honestly, it's £7.77. Go over to my website, on there, the breakthrough program. Like I say, once you've bought it, you can do it 50,000 times if you choose to do it, babe. That's just the way that I work. But it is £7.77. And the reason it's £7.77 is because it's Christ consciousness. That's why I wanted to charge that price. I was told to charge a lot more, and I was like, no, I want to give this. The amount of people that come to me and say, oh, well, it must be shit because it's so cheap. And I'm like, well, don't do it then. You know, go and sign up for one of my few £1,000 courses, like whatever, do whatever resonates with you. But for me, I want to give people an opportunity to actually get on top of their shit for cheap. It's just the way that I work. It's the message that I've been given. Like, yes, I could charge a lot more money for it, but what's the point? I'm here to help people as much as possible. I'm not here, you know, yes, it's great to have abundance, but my abundance is going back into humanity. Like, you know, I'm creating soul schools, I'm creating healing centers. Like, so for me, my abundance is that. My abundance is watching you guys fly. My abundance is my health. My abundance is my wealth. And when I talk about that, it's my well-being, my WELL-TH. My wealth is my well-being. That's what I'm talking about. That's who I am at my core and at my essence. I am here to remind you of your eternal truth. How do I do that? I talk about my eternal truth. How do I do that? Every fucking experience, good, bad, and ugly, I share from my heart. And you guys feel it. You use your discernment and you decipher if this is authentic or not to you. And then what happens is you get activated. You know, many people have read my book and they've gone, oh my God, I got so activated watching that. You know, this is what happens. They get activated in their heart, they get activated in their soul, and then boom, they get the memo. So it's extremely important. Start working on you for you, because as much as I can sit here and show you, you know, as much as I can sit here and show you, without you taking the steps and getting your shit together, ladies and gents, all you're going to be doing is sat there going, I wish I had what she's got. I wish I could speak like she can. Just start, ladies and gents. Just start. Oh my good God alive. I feel like I've just gone on a right old rant for the last hour, ladies and gents, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. If you hit the thumbs down button, wah, to you. No, I'm only kidding. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's as simple as that. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Thank you. I feel I'm an angel of God, Joy. I really do. And that isn't me being egotistical when I say it. I truly believe I have been kissed by God this lifetime, and I have literally him supporting me through the whole of my journey. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And I'm glad the message has been gratefully received. Get off of this live. Go and create your manifestation, ladies and gents. Let's do this together, all right? I love you guys to the moon and stars. See you next time. In fact, next Monday, it's going to be pre-recorded because news hot off the press. I'm going to be on an aeroplane. I'm going to leave you with that. I love you guys. See you guys later.